Did you know that Spotify migrated their entire backend from Go to Rust and saw a 90% reduction in memory-related bugs? Today, we're diving deep into the epic battle between two of the most powerful systems programming languages of our time. One promises lightning-fast performance with zero-cost abstractions, while the other has powered tech giants like Google and Netflix. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which language you should choose for your next systems project, and the results might surprise you. But before we dive in, smash that like button and subscribe for more tech insights. Systems programming. That's the backbone of everything from your operating system to the cloud infrastructure powering your favorite apps. For years, languages like C and C++ ruled this domain. But today, we're witnessing a new era with Rust and Go leading the charge. Both are compiled languages designed for high performance, but they approach problems in fundamentally different ways. Rust brings memory safety with zero-cost abstractions, while Go offers simplicity with built-in concurrency. Let's explore why tech giants are betting billions on these languages. Let's talk raw speed. In head-to-head benchmarks, Rust often outperforms Go by 30% to a staggering 1,200% in CPU-intensive tasks. But here's the kicker. Rust achieves this without a garbage collector. While Go's garbage collector is impressively efficient, it still introduces those dreaded stop-the-world pauses that can make your application hiccup at the worst possible moment. Think about it like this. Rust is a Formula One race car, every component finely tuned for maximum performance. Go is a Tesla, incredibly fast, but with that slight pause when the battery management system kicks in. For most applications, Go's performance is more than adequate. But when you're building a database engine or a game that needs consistent frame rates, those microseconds matter. Discord, for example, reported that their Rust-based message encoding was handling 900,000 requests per second, triple what their previous solution could manage. Meanwhile, Uber's Go-based microservices architecture handles billions of requests daily. The question isn't which is faster, it's which is faster for your specific use case. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Rust's ownership system is like having a personal assistant who never forgets to clean up after you. Every piece of data has exactly one owner, and when that owner goes out of scope, boom, memory is automatically freed. No garbage collector needed. But Go takes a different approach. Its garbage collector runs alongside your program, constantly identifying and cleaning up unused memory. It's like having a janitor who works while the building is occupied. Highly efficient, but you might occasionally bump into them in the hallway. Here's the shocking part. Rust eliminates entire categories of bugs at compile time. Buffer overflows? Impossible. Use after free errors? The compiler catches them before your code even runs. Go relies on runtime checks. Your code runs. But if something goes wrong, the garbage collector might save you, or you might get a panic. This is why companies handling sensitive data or building embedded systems are gravitating toward Rust. When a bug could mean a security vulnerability or a system crash, Rust's compile time guarantees are worth the steeper learning curve. Let's talk about handling multiple tasks at once. Go's goroutines are like having an army of incredibly efficient workers. You can spawn thousands of them, and they only use a few kilobytes of memory each. Starting a goroutine? Just add the Go keyword. That's it. Rust takes a different approach. It offers OS threads, async await, and message passing channels. With Rust, you have fine-grained control over exactly how concurrency happens. Want to prevent data races at compile time? Rust's got you covered. Need to squeeze out every ounce of performance? Rust gives you the tools. This is why Netflix chose Go for its microservices architecture. Handling thousands of concurrent video streams requires efficiency and simplicity. But when Firefox rewrote their CSS engine in Rust, they achieved a 30% performance boost while eliminating entire classes of threading bugs. Errors happen. How languages handle them reveals their philosophical core. Rust forces you to deal with every possible error through its result and option types. You literally cannot ignore an error without explicitly saying, "I know what I'm doing." Go's approach? Functions explicitly return error values. You check if the error is nil, and if not, you handle it. Simple, explicit, but, and here's the controversial part, you can ignore error checking if you want to. This flexibility has led to heated debates in the programming community. In practice, Rust's approach leads to more verbose code, but fewer surprises in production. Go's approach is faster to write, but requires discipline to ensure errors aren't overlooked. When building critical systems, Rust's compiler-enforced error handling provides an extra safety net that can be invaluable. Let's address the elephant in the room, learning these languages. Go was designed with simplicity in mind. Its syntax is clean, its standard library is comprehensive, and many developers can be productive within days. The Go team even says their goal is to help developers solve real problems today. The Rust community has tripled in size over the past 2 years, with a remarkable 60% of primary Rust developers being under 30. This suggests that while the initial learning curve is steep, the long-term benefits keep developers engaged and excited about the language. Where are these languages actually being used? Rust is dominating in areas where performance and safety are non-negotiable: operating systems, game engines, and embedded systems. Microsoft is rewriting parts of Windows in Rust. Game engines like Bevy are pushing the boundaries of what's possible in game development. Go, meanwhile, has become the backbone of cloud infrastructure. Kubernetes, Docker, Prometheus, these tools that power the modern internet are all written in Go. When you stream a video on YouTube or hail a ride on Uber, you're likely interacting with Go-powered services. Interestingly, we're seeing some companies use both. Google uses Go for their cloud services, but Rust for their new Fuchsia operating system. The pattern emerges: Go for building distributed systems and APIs, Rust for systems-level programming and performance-critical components. Great languages need great tools. Rust's Cargo is considered the gold standard of package managers. Dependency management, building, testing, all in one tool. The Rust compiler's error messages are legendary for being helpful, almost like having a mentor looking over your shoulder. Go's tooling philosophy is batteries included. The standard library is so comprehensive that many Go projects require minimal external dependencies. Go FMT automatically formats your code, eliminating style debates before they start. And Go's compilation speed? Blazingly fast. The difference in tooling reflects the language's philosophies. Rust gives you powerful tools for complex problems. Go gives you simple tools that work immediately. Both approaches have their merits, and both ecosystems continue to evolve rapidly. The Rust community has grown from 2 million to 4 million developers in just 2 years. They consistently rank Rust as the most loved language in developer surveys. The community is known for being welcoming, with extensive documentation and helpful forums. Go's community, backed by Google, is massive and mature. With over 10 years of real-world use, Go has established patterns, best practices, and a wealth of learning resources. The simplicity of the language means that community discussions often focus on architecture and design rather than language intricacies. So, which should you choose? Choose Rust if you need maximum performance, are building systems-level software, or want compile time guarantees against an entire class of bugs. Choose Go if you're building web services, need rapid development, or want a gentler learning curve with powerful concurrency primitives. But here's the real secret. In many modern tech stacks, you'll find both. Each language excels in its domain, and the future of systems programming might not be Rust versus Go, but Rust and Go. What's your take on the Rust versus Go debate? Drop a comment below with your favorite language and why. If you found this video informative, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Stallions Technologies for more insights into the world of tech.